Yo, Dom, over here. Hey, Dom, hey.
Yo, Dom.
Gentlemen, good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Name, please.
Brian Licata, producer, and your co-host is
Steve Rinaldi. How are you, Dom?
Hi, guys.
I'm good. Better to see you, my friends.
Could you introduce yourself for us?
Dom Irrera from television.
Dom, can you tell us some of your credits?
Nah, a little bit. Is it cool to be one of the 100 top comedians ever? Every dynasty, Ming dynasty.
That's strong.
I guess it depends on what number it is, right? Where are you at on the list?
Yeah, yes. We'll be right back.
76, right?
Dom Irrera, hardest person you ever had to follow?
You.
You're full of shit.
That's a good question.
Come on, you showcase at the Factory, Comedy Store. Come on, who's the one you seen them on the lineup, and you're like, man, I gotta follow him tonight.
Well, the dirtiest one, who was dirty and funny, was Robert Schimmel. You know who he is? He was on
the name sounds familiar. Brian, you bring him up.
Mm-hmm. He said, I called my wife up. I gotta follow some guy. He said, "Did you ever take a shit and look at it and it reminds you of somebody?" And that was his first line. Oh fuck!
Yeah. I got him up right here. Where was do you remember where it was you had to follow him at?
Yeah, like a $65 gig in New Jersey.
Nice.
They just put us in a car and big joke man.
I don't recognize.
Yeah, really good.
Did he write it all either?
I think so. He was. I'm talking about the Rodney Dangerfield special. He was one of the best guys on.
You know what? That's where I feel like he was on there with you, right? On the Dangerfield special. That's where we probably heard
me and Dice, Lenny Clark, Carol Leifer. Who else? George Carling, Major Look. I don't know who else. Anyway, credits. Let's go back to credits. I have too many.
Oh yeah, okay.
I shot to the middle and I clung there. That's my motto. I clung hard to that middle.
Dom, did you guys all keep in touch after the Dangerfield special?
Well, some of us. Who's the guy from Texas? He died really young, 30-something.
Kinnison was Kinnison from Texas?
Sam was on the first one. This was the second one.
Was it Hicks? Bill Hicks?
Bill Hicks.
Yeah, Bill Hicks.
We kept in touch a lot.
But you guys would just cross paths in LA?
Yeah, we would hang sometimes, but most of the time, probably either at the Improv in New York or on the road somewhere. He was very funny, very very intelligent. Unlike me and you, there, Dumbo.
He's talking to Steve. You're talking to Steve, right?
Of course, you're an engineer, for God's sake.
Well, I think engineer's a stretch, but I'll take that word. Yeah, video engineer. I'll start saying
YouTube
that.
engineer.
Yeah, YouTube engineer. I don't know.
You're better than we are. We don't know what to. I don't know. I still don't know how we get out of this room.
Have you watched one? Have you watched an episode at all, Dom, or no?
We don't get cable. No, I never. I would love to see one.
Can you play him some Can you play him some sound bites, Brian? Like maybe
I don't know. That's a little.
Maybe a reel or two, so he can see.
Well, let me see something.
You want to see
let him see your work, Brian.
How young we were.
So he could compliment. He can compliment your work, your style, like he does for me. Dom does that for me sometimes.
I don't think I want the same treatment.
Look, shut the fuck up and do what he says, will you?
All right, I'm going. Relax.
Yeah, Brian, you're being way too
my bad.
You two keep talking to me like this.
I had one of those tacos that really give you gas, It hurts.
Yeah, let's see.
I don't have all day here.
All right. Let's see. Okay, here you go. Let me see if I can. Yeah, this one people liked.
They seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, you did like a quick soundbite, like a cut.
Well, no, this is this is from the episode we did with Bartnick.
Phony. I'm telling you right now. The man is a phony fraud.
He's not even Irish.
He's German.
No, I know.
Son of a bitch. All right. Hey, I'm only kidding. He's one of the best. He's the best, actually.
He's the
phony. He's phony. You know I'm kidding. He knew I was kidding.
Yeah, I had to put that in there, and then I wrote. I think I wrote "Love You, Bill." There's another one where Bartnick was talking about how like there's always somebody who has the joke on the topic, and then like that's the topic. People just like bail on it. You know, with like Burr, he's got like, you know, a couple topics that he said are like, you know, that's the joke. Or, you know, somebody else has like, you know, the joke on this topic.
Yeah, he had the Schwarzenegger joke back in the day.
Mm.
When he was saying like he moved to the country, he became governor, he married a Kennedy, like all these. Yeah, I remember him bringing that up.
Yeah. Did you guys?
We talked about there's no best comedian, right?
Yeah, that's what we were kind of talking about, best comedian. But he was kind of saying like, you know, people. I don't know, because people like different stuff. You know, there's really not like a number one, but there's more.
It's not the 100-yard dash.
Right.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's not the 100-yard dash. That's subjective. That
objective. Right?
Objective, rather.
Right.
Yeah, Dom, you say it a lot. You go, strong act, but he might not be my cup of tea.
I said that to Bill one time. He was crying, laughing. He called me up because I couldn't even. I said, "Here's a guy, not my cup of tea." You know, I laughed at like more intellectual stuff. He's not even really Irish, you know. I mean,
he's not Irish. What is he? German? Is that what it is?
Well, I think he's Irish and German, but these guys like him and the guys that are really hot now want to do arenas. Mm-hmm. And I even if I could do an arena. Well, that's not true. Enough money will buy me everything. Forget what I said. I had no grounds to talk about that on. Somebody ordered millions of dollars. I'll take it. But I think that's wrong. I don't think it works. Yeah, we go to the arena in Madison Square Garden, and you look. Yeah, that's where the Beatles were, and that's where who's that guy? Look, that was President Reagan. Wow. Hey, is that Bill Burr? The little ant? Hey, it could be anybody. It's just too big.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I've never actually seen a show in.
I don't know how big these screens are. Enormous. Sorry for interrupting you. I got to learn that.
No, it's all right.
No, just because his name is my show.
I went to an outside.
No need to scream, okay? I got a long way to go.
I'm yelling, or you are?
I don't know. He's adorable, isn't he?
I went to the same venue. I forget the name of it. I think it was like called Oddball. Was the one that it was the same venue? I think in Trenton that you performed with Burr when he did the rant. A couple years later, Chappelle was there, and I went and seen Chappelle there. And you know, like looking back, it was great to see Chappelle live. But again, like stadium style outside.
If you see this guy, don't do it.
Yeah, it's just stand up traditionally is they're right on top of you. You know, it's a tight like what's a perfect setup for you, Dom? How many seats?
350 between the 3, 4. Any
clubs come to mind that were your favorite over the years?
Yeah, I like Vinny's club. What's it called?
Stress Factory.
Stress Factory is good.
Mm-hmm. New Brunswick, yeah.
How about you?
I just recently did Governors.
Oh, I love Governors and Brokers.
And from the outside, it looked like nothing, but when you went in, man, a perfect setup for comedy.
I like the ones that make you feel proud. We're here at Governors this week. They're not bananas. Hey, here we are at Slappy Bananas, folks. Well, don't slip on it there. What is this thing on?
What's the craziest club name you've ever heard?
Rooster's Chicken or something. Geez, there's so many of them. So stupid.
Magoobies is a funny name.
Magoobies, yeah.
I don't know if that's their last name or something like that, but I know Eleanor loves that club. She's down there a lot.
Comedy Cove, Comedy Works.
Yeah, I mean those are
Comedy Connection, Comedy Bar, Laugh Factory.
Laugh Factory. We guarantee you laughs. That's what they say. They'll give you back your money if you don't take. What are you doing? I'm waiting for some money. I'm a groundbreaker. I'm a maker.
a trendsetter.
Trendsetter, yeah.
Did any club like owner or booker ever tell you to tone it down a little bit with language or content? Did you ever have to deal with that at your level?
My level, you little son.
No, Dom. I mean, come on, stop. You know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I've had people say, "This is what I hate." We want you to do a little blue, not much, but a little blue. I said, no. Here's what you either get me cursing and spitting or not. I'm like, I don't know what a blue is to you because I might say, something about the food. My grandmother died eating food. You know, so you can't. You got to go one way or the other. That's my stand, you motherfuckers.
All right. Easy. Take it
What's
easy.
my name? What's my name?
Dominic Jack.
Dominic Jack John Joseph Herrera. Russell Dominic Peters.
Dom, when you would showcase for like a club or TV, would you always work clean for the audition?
I don't remember last time I do it. Usually, by the time I got to the club, people know me.
Right.
Yeah. Usually, certain people you're never going to please, and
right.
certain people they're there to fucking laugh, and they'd be laughing at anything themselves. Hey, the fat girl says she was enjoying herself.
Whoa, watch it. What'd you say?
What'd she say?
I'm kidding. It's a callback. I'm kidding. You got so much material now. We got like 8-9 minutes. Hilarious. No, I'm stretching now, Dom Irrera.
Well, you just did. You had two good shows over the weekend, didn't you? There, champ.
Yeah, I opened for Tammy Pescatelli.
Italian.
2-man show. She loves you, Dom. By the way.
I love her too.
She wants to come back. She wants to come back on the show. She was like one of our first guests, wasn't she, Bri?
Thought she was.
Yeah, maybe the 3rd or 4th episode. Yeah, we had Rich Voss on. Eleanor.
Voss was funny.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
And I bumped into Bonnie McFarlane, and she said she would do the show too.
That was tough to me. The two married couple that America would be going at it together. That must be weird. Especially if the other one steals material
off the other one.
Bonnie's good though. She really she came a long way. I don't mean that like it's a derogatory way, but she was not good at the beginning. She's terrific now. God bless poor. I fill up when I think about her like long legs and a beautiful face of hers. Poor Val's. How do you say his name? Rich.
Yeah, Rich.
No, I like him. I like him.
Yeah. You when you started, you were only doing comedy like 3 or 4 years before you got Dangerfields, right? Like it was pretty quick.
Yeah. I was lucky.
How do you think you got like so tight so fast doing that?
Oh, because of my improv, my tremendous improv. I mean, see, this is not a frog. This is a anyway, I don't know. Probably the improv, right? Because I was quick with my feet. I sound so full of myself.
Well, teaching too, probably, right? I guess that. I mean, did that help? Because you used to have to talk in front of the class for a long period of time.
Yeah, the stage presence and dealing with kids they're so fucking funny.
Dom, any comics like mentor you in the beginning that come to mind?
Well, I know Gary Stanley was really good to me. About mentor, I wouldn't say. Rodney did later on. Rodney, he was a teacher and really loved it. If he loved the people, he was so fucking funny when he was trying to be serious. He was funny as a comedian. Sure, well, you got no sir. But man, when he was just himself, a fucking riot.
Was it a work relationship, or you guys hung out outside?
Well, it started as I was there. We had a core group of really cool. It was Jim Carrey, Bob Saget. I forget the other guy. And there was like 4 or 5 of us that always hung. Went to their anniversaries and stuff. I felt really special being part of that. And now I'm gonna cry. You see what you do to me?
Yeah, man. That's pretty crazy. Rodney Dangerfield. I mean, shit.
He said to me one night.
That's nuts.
He said to me one night, it was just me and him, man, we're talking about. He said, "Kid, can I get you anything? You want something?" I said, "Rodney, I'm here. It's fun to be with you." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "It's an honor to be with you. You're fucking Rodney Dangerfield, and you're kind of, I said, "But you could do one thing for me, just one thing. Close your robe." He said, "What's that?" I said, "Your balls. I see your little purple balls. I can't eat." And he didn't even laugh. He goes, That's good stuff. You're right. You're right.
It's probably better than a laugh. That's funny. What did he like give you any, like, did he have like tips for you or anything like that? Like, not like, I mean,
no,
did he ever give you any?
He told me, he took me down at his club, and it's Joe Ansis was the guy's name, and he was the funniest guy, but he couldn't do it on stage, and so they got material from him, and Joe wants to see you. Like the King Tutton, and hey, how you doing? He said, "I got to tell you, kid, you're there. You got it." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Don't fix anything." I'm like, "Oh, geez." Now I sound like a jerk off, It's like, what did he say? I'm great. I'm wonderful,
Yeah, I guess he just liked the direction you were going in and didn't want to like screw it up or anything.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very compliment for me because I knew those guys, and then these guys sit around just fucking throw jokes at each other, like Danny Rose, but not as old.
Right.
I was a young comic at one time.
Who's Danny Rose?
Oh, Jesus.
Who is it?
We're gonna get you fucking thrown out of here. Broadway Danny Rose, you don't know what that is?
Nah. Do you know what that is, Brian?
As a comedian, you got to see this movie.
Can you pull that up?
It was a movie, a Woody Allen movie.
Yeah, Woody Allen movie.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not a.
Wow, Dom, I really turned you off just now.
I'm very, very hurt.
The plot, Danny Rose.
What year is this?
84.
I was born in 86. Give me a break, Dom.
I was born in 91, Dom.
My bad. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
What am I, Grandpa Moses over here?
Dom, what were you doing in 86?
I was jerking off on a picture of I don't 86. 86, I was already doing stand-up for 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah. Well, excuse us. Sorry.
Were you killing in 86? Or that was like more 89?
Let me tell you, I don't ever kill. Once in a while.
What's it mean if you annihilate a crowd? Like not kill, annihilate.
I want them to not be able to breathe, and then it gets serious where they get like oxygen mask and they give them the Homer method or the method to get balls of meat out of your sternum. Thank you, folks.
Dom, do you say that to people? You say I murdered. They're a great crowd.
Never. You'll never hear me say. And a couple of my friends say it, and it makes me cringe because they're such great comedians. But I crushed. What the fuck is that? You crushed what? I killed the oldest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember saying to one guy, I said, "It's amazing how every time I miss you, when I'm not there, you kill." And then mysteriously, the other side, every time I see you, you don't kill. No, you should have seen last week at Governor's. Oh, Marone.
Crazy.
Marone get back.
Well, we got to rank the left. It's kill, murder, annihilate,
destroy.
I feel like crushes at the bottom.
I shot an atomic bomb across the room. I can't breathe here. This comedian's too good. Get him. He's killing.
Yeah, but like destroy. That's a new. I don't know why people are destroyed. That could go. I destroyed. It's like, did you bomb or did you do well? I
don't know. I was getting destroyed at the time. I couldn't concentrate. Thanks for asking. Here's my album. I like
when I have one buddy who tells me when people walk. It's like I walked 4 people last night.
Well, they had that in the mountains. The older comedians, they had like I think a door one. They would say how many doors was that show, and if they lost like 5, that's good. If they lost like 35, that's not good. You know,
35 people would walk. Is that what that meant, Dord? Yeah. Well, my buddy Gary. Sometimes people like he'll say some shit that people really don't like.
So what?
Well, you know, said in an interview, in his this is his opinion of stand. He said that a good stand-up act has half the room or a portion of the room laughing and the other half shaking their heads and wanting to walk out. What's your opinion on that, Dom?
That's just kind of a general stupid idea.
Oh, okay. Did you get along with?
Yeah, I did, but we had some problems. But I not because he died, but because I got to know him better. He was a terrific guy, very bright. One night we're in Montreal. I can't remember the girl's name because she didn't work all the time. But she right before he goes on, he goes, remember this: no girls are funny. She was there. And I was really mean, and I told him, and I was pissed at him. He called me up, and I told him the whole thing. I said, "You're like a brother. You know what it's like to be discriminated against, you know, and you do this to this poor fucking girl."
Oh, he said that and brought her up.
Well, he didn't bring her up, but she was the green room was downstairs from the stage. She was walking by him, and he said, "Hey, your girls are never good, you know."
Yeah, that's not cool.
But
well,
you know,
what did he say to you on the phone when you talked to him?
He says, "No." He said, "I thought about what you said, and you're right." And I said, "Look, I'm not a preacher. I'm not you know, a do-gooder or whatever." But that was lame. You know how, you know, she's in Montreal. That's like the best comedy in the world.
I mean, that's cool. He admitted that he was wrong to you. You know what I mean?
That's what made me like him even.
You up. Yeah, for sure.
I liked him even more after that. You know.
Yeah, it's respectable. I guess throughout your career, did you ever like kind of have like a mindset with your material that you tried to like, you know, keep true with throughout, you know, the stuff you would write about? What was that, you think?
What do you mean?
Well, just like, you know, if I mean, did you just want to say stuff that, you know, would make people think, or just make them laugh, or were there topics you didn't want to like touch or anything like that, or
well, I didn't want a dead dog's ass. I don't know. You know, sometimes I never wanted to be preachy. You know, I can get preachy on another channel, but you know, sometimes it's kind of nice when you make a good point, and they're cheering for you, and it was really like everybody learned something from. That's nice, but I don't look for that just to look like I'm smart. You know.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was
just more cared about the jokes, right? Like just cared about the punchlines. What make people laugh?
Yeah, just care about the punchlines.
Yeah,
I don't have time to do setups tonight, folks. We're just doing punchlines, and we're out of here.
Yeah,
Dom, what do you think? A headliner should have a tight 45, or you think an hour?
I think you should have a tight hour to do a 45. And you know what's weird? It's like how different time is. Like when I do the Laugh Factory, since it's all good people, and the improv and the Comedy Store, they all, you know, people don't bomb in those places. They bombed other places. I've been doing stand up because about 20 years. Don't you think you could have more material? I don't know. I got off on a tangent there, but this is what I wanted to tell you. I'm doing one of my first headlining at a casino.
Right. 3,000
people, and I think I'm supposed to do an hour and 10 minutes, right? And I'm up there, and it feels good, and I feel like I've done something. You know, I feel like I've been up here for a while. I look down at the clock, and I did 3 minutes. So I got like what? How many is that?
57 minutes left.
That's fucking scary when you see a big room. But you know, it was fun to be like so in shape. Like when I was working with Cher, right? Because every night I had to do 20 to 25, And I had like, I could really do it in my sleep. That 25 minutes.
Right.
That was a great feeling. Well,
there was a comic I worked with not too long ago. Chris Red from Saturday Night Live. You would know him if Brian brought up the picture. He's a regular at the factory. You've worked with him a ton. So
well, tell him I said hi. Tell him I was asking for him.
I opened for him in Albany, and we're just talking, and he asked me who my favorite guy. He asked me who my favorite comic was, and I said Dom Irrera, and he was like, let me tell you something about Dom. He's like, he gets in the zone more than any comic I ever seen. And I didn't know what that meant, but apparently if you're working out a bit or you're working off the crowd, this was a couple years back he said this to me. But he said, man, Dom Irrera, he's done so many tight sets at the factory where he just pop, 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 punchline, tag.
Well, you understand if you can do like an hour of your own and then come back here and do that gets compressed, it's really good. So
right.
For anybody that's coming backwards, what's really bad is going the other way.
Right.
You got 15 minutes, but you got to do 60 minutes. Hey, what do I do?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of showcase comics in LA, and then they get a chance to headline, and it's just not?
It doesn't usually go from that to headline. It's usually unless they're actors or good, good looking. There's so many factors.
Right. So what, they like just feature for a while, just go on the road with somebody and kind of get your legs up, do more time.
I don't know. I mean, I never thought about it. I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're opening for somebody, well, she was so cool because she didn't give a fuck. She did, but she didn't. She was more worried about her hair than what I'm doing.
Who's that?
Cher. Yeah, talking about Cher.
I mean, she's very nice and very talented and afraid in so many things. You feel, gee, you got a billionaire. What are you worried about? But she it was interesting to see her like neurotic and we had so much fun time. I don't know if I told you to stop me, but I told you on the shows. We used to cross each other only and when we were in the casino in an arena you couldn't do that,
Right.
But she said, "Did you just talk about?" She said, "Did you just talk about my grandfather's ass or something like that?" Have I done this before?
Yeah, I think you've told us the story. Yeah.
All right, I don't want to tell it again. Sorry. So, what about you guys? It's like that joke, the guy's talking about himself at the date online, and he says, "What about you? What do you think of me?" So let me go out and ask you guys, what's your dream to happen? You want to start because it's going to take him a little longer.
What's
whoa, big.
What are we talking? Career goals, dreams, aspirations?
Well, no, you got beautiful kids already, beautiful wife.
Thank you, buddy.
And you got a beautiful girlfriend.
No, not me.
Not you. He.
Me, I have a wife. I have a wife also.
Oh,
yeah, I have a wife also.
I was talking about your girlfriend. Your girlfriend's nice too, but your wife, you can tell she's like classy. She just like the way she's dressed. It's
me.
No, her.
Him.
I thought that you were her.
No. My wife, right? Do you remember the first thing you said to her?
No.
Yeah, you said, "Hey, how are you? How much money do you make a year?"
Oh yeah. But it's not dirty.
No, it's not. Rude. She laughed. She thought it was funny, I believe. Yeah.
What about you? What do you want? Because you're the most ambitious of the three of us, right?
You think so, Dom? You think so?
You got a lovable way of being a pain in the ass.
Dom, I told Eleanor last week, and I'm curious what your thoughts are on this. I said a comedy goal for me would be to be a house MC at some of the top clubs in New York and LA. I asked her if that's a realistic career goal. Would it be respected? She said, yeah. What's your opinion on that? Like a host?
Well, I got a guy last week at the Improv. He's a great MC. And he really makes the show feel like a show. It elevates it,
Yeah.
It's not just like who's next, like, oh, wow, who's going after this guy? This is great.
Yeah. And I mentioned that the Voss when I worked with him in the summer, and he said, "Look, he's like, if you could host at a club like the Factory or the or like the Comedy Cellar or the Improv, he's like, you're going to become a great headliner naturally because you're constantly watching and working with the best that there is."
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
You know, and when we were out there, we watched a guy you're really close, Fraser Smith. Awesome host.
Yeah. And really corny jokes, but they're funny. Like Rodney's.
Right. No, but he was resonating with everybody. Age group.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
They felt welcomed. He knew he was making such great choices. Like,
I mean, dude, the show that we did at Soul Joe's, dude, you hosted the shit out of that show. You know, I think at Soul Joe's when you came to Philly. Yeah. With Eleanor and Kosha.
I love that show.
And Jimmy. It was a great show.
Even never mind. That's too mean. Even he looked good that night. It's a good color for you.
Dom, you complimented me that night.
I don't remember that. No,
I studied acting in college. You made me remember me from The Rabbi and Fiddler on the Roof. Blessing on your head, mazel tov, mazel tov. I can't mazel tov.
I saw that it was a silent film, right? Is that what it was?
Watch your.
Oh, hey. Oh.
I did this one thing, like 5 women standing, watching in a row. And one of them, I say, out of you 5 women, one of you are the hottest one by far. I go with the really beautiful one, stand up, take a bow. Of course, they never do it. So one time they do it. There was only 2 girls out on New Year's Eve about 3 years ago, and she comes up to me to get a picture. I said, "Yeah." I said, "Why did you stand up?" You know, she goes, "Look at me. I am the hottest." Bang! That's the kind of fan you want.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Was that one of your favorite places to play abroad? Going to Kilkenny?
Oh, I loved it. And I know I went there so much that I knew all the in jokes too. That was, actor.
Does he do magic also? Is that or no?
No, but I like that. He was very arrogant.
Oh,
and I really got pissed at the way he was treating people. So I got one of my friends was the cast. I said, just do me a favor, nail this guy. And they fucking nailed him, man. He was like not a big deal anymore. He's like shaking. I said, "What's better?" He goes, "I don't know. It's just it was like a blank. I was just the way I like him, you know." And I'm never mean like that, but this guy was so condescending to them, you know. And they can fucking dance and sing, especially sing.
Yeah, I don't like it when people do that to people, you know, especially in like social situations like that. It's just not right. Well, like stuff like that guy, you know. Well, whoever we were talking about earlier, you know.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know if we should put that in though.
No, we can take it out.
Can you beep his name? Like his name?
Yeah. We can bleep his name. Yeah. That's what we'll do. We'll bleep his name. So you want to talk more shit? Talk more shit.
Dom, when I seen so many of your Kill Tony sound bites. Did you ever say something to these guys and feel bad after the fact when they would go up there and do a minute of material?
Well, yeah. I mean, they know what they're doing and they know
what they're getting into. Yeah.
They're signing up for that.
How did Tony Hitchcliffe approach you about getting involved, or it was just something that started happening?
I don't know. It was like it just grew. It was up in the belly room. About like 10 people, Bill Burr, of course, Rogan was there.
Right.
About 5 or 6 of us, we started, and it just seemed like a funny thing for comedians to do. Like the most amazing thing to me was how much people couldn't do a fucking minute, right? They would do 40 seconds ago. Is that enough?
Right.
I said, you didn't even do a minute, you idiot. Why would you come here?
Without a minute. Yeah.
Without a minute. Have 2 minutes. Go crazy tonight.
Yeah. But that I wonder, did Rogan start his show before Kill Tony, or was Kill Tony going on first?
Oh, Joe's was years before.
I guess he started in what, 07 or 05 even, or
I don't know. But, I was over at his house one day, and he says, "Dom, you got to see this thing." For some reason, he has like 1 million followers already. I don't know how he did it. Mm-hmm. We used to shoot pool every Sunday night, and he was telling me about this thing, and did I want to join? And I said, "Well, I'll come and do some stuff," but I didn't know it was going to be that fucking millions of dollars. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you two buffoons.
I was telling you, I listened to an old episode of Rogan. I think it was like 200 or something. He's almost at 2,000 now. So this was like old, like 2012 maybe.
Uh-huh.
And you were saying to him, you were like, Joe, this is amazing. And you said you were somewhere on the road, and people came up to you and said that they were like telling you some joke or something like that from the show, and you were like, "What the fuck? I can't believe that." These people here. Or I think it was Australia, actually. You were in Australia, and some people were saying something to you about seeing you on that show.
Yeah, I got off a plane in Sydney,
mm-hmm.
and the kids were waiting for me. And the kids, because like the drinking age is, I think 16 or something.
Oh.
They really look like eighth graders, and they come up to me and they start busting my balls about guessing the weight of a gorilla.
Oh, is that what
and
it
was? I was like, yeah, and Dom Irrera, and I took this show has some power to it.
Yeah,
I mean, doing Joe's show. Well, he's got a talent. Obviously he's got a lot of talent, but he just knows a way of bringing people together. It's like, and that was also a place where, like, say, white guys
mm-hmm.
from 21 to 31, or whatever,
right?
Whatever turnographic or what do they call it?
Demographic.
Thanks.
Yep.
They that wasn't filled. The young black comedians was getting filled. The women were getting, but that one spot it's a big one too. He nailed it. I mean, he's got so many fucking talents in it.
And it was interesting how there used to be an approach, like if you became a late night TV host, that was like the dream job of a comic.
Mm-hmm.
Now you could create your own lane with podcasting. And Joe Rogan was like the first one, I would think. Mark Maron first, right? Wasn't Mark Maron like the first one?
He says somebody else got him into it too. I can't remember who it was. I think Tom Green was doing a lot of stuff like
I think Mark Maron.
Yeah.
He made money before everybody.
I thought Rogan was before Mark Maron. I don't know. Mark's a
Adam Curry. It was Adam Curry. That's who Rogan always talks about. It was Adam Curry and Dave Weiner, who really kind of started it in like 05. Oh no, this is 05, 06.
Did you do Mark Maron's podcast, Dom? Before?
Oh yeah, a couple times. Yeah,
you guys go way back.
Yeah, he was doing my when he started hitting it. He was doing the one I had for the Laugh Factory, and I said to him, and this made me feel so good. He goes, I said, "Mark, thanks for doing it. I know you're busy now." He said, "I'd do anything for you." My fucking voice is weird. I said, "Mark, thanks." And he goes, "I'd do anything for you." He said, "You helped save my life." I go, "Geez, what'd I do?" He said, you talk to me about coke and all this shit, build confidence in me. And he talked for a minute.
Yeah. That's cool. And actually, I just looked up that Maron started his podcast in September of 2009, and Rogan did his first episode Christmas Eve. But yeah, I mean, that's cool. You talked to him about that, and I guess it got his head on straight a little bit.
It's interesting though, but like Dom, you were around these guys when they were trying this podcast thing out before it was a thing. When they were approaching comics like yourself and like with credits and saying, "Yo, come over to my garage and let's tape." What were you thinking? Like in the back of your head at the time?
Oh, well, like when it was Joe, for instance, I know he's smart.
Right.
I wonder what this is. I still don't understand the difference between a radio show and a podcast. What's the difference?
The only difference is we're not on FM. You know, like a radio station would be, you know, on FM. You know, we're not on FM. We're just on, you know, different.
But
you know,
Bri,
different
wouldn't you agree? You're creating your own. It's not like musicians. You own it. It's not big business. You own the right.
I mean that. Well, yes, yes. To a certain
girls, please.
You're also at the mercy of, you know, the platforms. You know, like Rogan got off of YouTube and got to deal with Spotify, and he's got, you know, his full episodes are only on Spotify. So there are, you know, the network kind of came back, but you know, at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, you're pretty much doing your own thing. I mean, you can put it on your website or wherever you want, you know.
Yeah, that's what Louis does now. Louis tapes specials, and then you gotta you go to his website. You buy it for $10. He's a bright guy too.
He was the first one who did that, right? You know, started producing his own and putting them out himself.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, you know, it's cool that, you know, Dom, that you were, you know, through it, like, you know, your whole career. Like, I mean, you were from the beginning, you know, I mean, really from, I mean, the 80s were kind of like the golden age of comedy, or like the big boom, right?
Yeah, for my group, yeah.
Yeah, and then all the way into the podcasting, which is the big boom now.
Dom, when you had your podcast at the Laugh Factory, how'd that happen?
Just Jamie asked me to do this, and you know, we was doing it upstairs, and I can't get this fucking. I got a frog in my throat. Wouldn't it be amazing if I picked?
Then we could have magicians. Your credit too. Yeah. You need some water or something? You got some water, Steve? You want to get some? Yeah. Get Dom a glass of water, Steve.
Hey, stop!
I got a beer. I got a beer.
Is that really?
Yeah, light beer. I'm losing weight, Dom.
You're a regular rail, for God's sake. You don't have to tell me. You feel weak and lightheaded from
I retain a lot of water, my doctor said.
What you got to do.
You also retain a lot of pizza.
Yeah, when I was back in Jersey, all I was eating was
That's what my doctor told me. You retain a lot of water. Yeah. It's all water weight.
It's salt.
He said that's all it is. It's water weight.
Yeah.
You know, you got a little girl, right?
My daughter will be 2 next month.
Wow. I remember when she was only 1. Remember that? Those are the days. Remember your 4th month, honey? That's good. I'm glad you're happy. It's good that somebody makes you happy. You miserable motherfucker. Hey, what do you mean?
Let me see if I have a... Oh, this was her talking the other day.
Jeez, dude. She is big. Wow. I mean, she's making some noises. What did she say? Yeah, what did she say?
Thank God she looks like my wife. That's all I gotta say. She don't got a big head like me, Dom Irrera.
Bill head. You know, we should stop pretty soon because we can't. What are you gonna do after you show a kid so beautiful and sweet? I'm talking about regular rape. The rape before that.
What do you think your worst joke is? The one you can't say anymore.
Dirtiest joke you ever had. Let's close with that. Come on, Dom Irrera.
No, I can't. I don't like them. I like the mood with the kid and everything. Like, Can't we have one about being dirty wise asses? Am I right? Nobody will ever tune in again, but that's their business. Yo, Dom, over here. Hey, Dom, hey.
Yo, Dom.